I left it all the way in Timbuktu. I'm gonna check the game audio real fast. Okay, we should be good. I'll test it out by doing this real fast since I need more of these anyway to upgrade Bronya. But let's go ahead and see if I need to turn down anything.
A will forged in ice never falters.
Okay. Okay, I think the audio is relatively equal, so it's not going to be that much of an issue.
Conflict is pitiless. Show no mercy.
Maybe a little bit quieter, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Audio, we'll turn it down one notch. There we go. Now we got it. But hello everyone and welcome to Honkai Star Rail. So the goal of today is basically just to get further in the game. So while I was gone, it was upgraded Bronya a tiny bit, not a whole lot though, but hopefully it should be enough to actually be able to play the character. So although I will need to upgrade her a lot more later on. I guess I'll take over now since, well,
I sent a storm.
there we go. Huh.
Follow my charge.
Okay, so that's one.
Hope you're prepared.
Well, at least the armor is there. The armor is very helpful.
Times are changed.
Lend me your strength.
The
Well,
strength.
I guess this works. Okay. Maybe I can get everyone's, never mind. Oh, yeah, I can. Might as well use his then, now. And then I can just try and gain it back before the end of the, game.
There's always a weakness. Lend me your strength.
I sent a storm.
You got this.
A foregone conclusion.
Weakness break all of them. Dang. Dang, and he got a barrier again. Well, at least it's only Geopard getting hit, because Geopard can take it.
This ends here.
Lend me
And
your strength.
go. Destroy the enemy.
Is that all? There's no time to lose.
I guess I'll do that. Break the shield and then
You're prepared.
weakness break
Always a
him.
weakness.
Oh, hey, Sharp. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you for stopping by.
Lend me your strength.
And yeah, hope you have a great rest of your trip.
Follow my charge. This ends here.
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
The strength.
Oh, hey. That was a lot of damage.
Hope you're prepared.
Okay, so there's one. We'll just go ahead and do that.
Heaven sir.
And then nuke him. Okay, exit. Now that I figure out the audio mix, now I can go ahead and head over and start fighting. What's his face? Oh, I should probably grab that. Speaking of, I have now a tent pole, so I'll save that till the end of stream. Go to Penacony. I will fight the. Actually, first I should try and upgrade Baronia, because I don't. Yeah, I don't have any level up material, but I can upgrade some traces here. Wind damage increases. The crit rate for basic attack increases to 100%. Wow. Probably should upgrade that first, to be completely honest. Oh.
A brilliant strategy.
That is a lot of stuff that I did not think I could upgrade. Good to know. Good to know. What is my crit rate at? Crit rate is at 5%. Crit damage is at 128%. Oh. So that affected crit.
No way. I think I just saw someone. Someone extraordinary.
Oh, wait. Okay, I understand now. I understand. Okay. What was his weakness again?
I'm with you. Please wait. By the glorious light of beauty.
I can actually hear him this time.
In such turbulent times, your kind faces are as spring's gentle breeze, bringing solace to my scorched heart.
Are you a knight of beauty?
Aww.
Hear ye, the rosy glow of the beauty has rendered you speechless. What an honor. Upon hearing of the impending festivities,
Oh, hey.
I commanded the one and only to bring me to Penacony.
Oh, really? Why did they change his VA?
Cosmos unguarded by the beauty. Disorder prevails. Thus my passage was delayed
Huh.
by tending to the sick and injured.
But how's it going,
Fortunately, mini rabbit mech
Kira?
rabbit, stray cat,
I butchered that horribly, I apologize, but...
along with many other souls in distress, all emerged from their predicaments safe and sound. I then led them all here to revel in the harmony with the countless other splendid beings.
But... I remember last stream, and I did this, I could not hear him talk, and he was the only one that couldn't talk, so they may have changed it between then, but... What happened?
I do not deserve such praise. Unfortunately, that dashing IPC ambassador,
Huh.
whose radiance matches that of a beautiful peacock, remains in a woeful state.
Odd.
Ugh, how I wish he too could partake in this splendid...
Well, it is what it is, I guess.
Okay.
That's just weird.
Since fate has brought us together, it stands to
Well,
reason that you both
time to go
seek
fight Argenti.
auditions victor, correct? Though upon arrival I was once mistaken for a towering silver-armored fugitive with fiery red flames due to my lack of eloquence. It matters not, for all these trials stem from the land of the dream's beauty.
You accidentally got mistaken for the person next to me currently, Firefly. I apologize.
Argenti of the Knights of Beauty, am humbly requesting a battle with you both, in the name of the code of chivalry. If I am fortunate enough to emerge victorious,
Okay.
kindly grant me passage to the crown of victory and recognize the
Ooh.
Hydrilla
But how's it going?
is the most peerless beauty of them all.
I somehow completely forgot to ask that, but how's it going?
Please ready yourself.
Oh, it was fire, normal, and ice. Dang it. Okay. Here's that.
To guard and defend. Crush them.
And then, if I do this right,
This battle is unavoidable.
and then
Lend me
support.
your strength.
I sense a storm.
Here we go.
World cleansing dragon. Done. Show no mercy.
Same. I actually woke up, let's see, exactly 45 minutes ago. So, I also just woke up too.
charge. You're fighting a gentleman. Put forth all your might. Hope you're prepared.
Okay.
You'll pay for this.
Oh, so I see now. Okay.
Heaven's search.
I was trying to figure that out, but that makes more sense now.
There's no time to lose.
Ooh.
It'll be inevitable. Bear witness.
Okay, I'm gonna save
Follow my charge.
so I can do that,
Here is thunder.
This battle is unavoidable.
and then this is kind of lose-lose situation right now.
Lend
I'll
me
do
your strength.
that, and then go in for an attack, then hit him with ult,
Blood cleansing dragon. Let the duel commence. Confess.
and then that'll happen.
This ends here.
Yeah, I need some armor again.
Forged in ice.
Uh,
Falters.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
There's no time to lose. Conflict is pitiless.
hit him with the ult,
Show no mercy.
hit him with the electric stand practically at this point.
Lend me your strength.
Okay.
Strength. Heaven's surge. Rise. Put forth all your might.
Oh no.
Hope you're
Ooh.
prepared. This symbol of pure.
Come on, electric stand man. That was pretty nice, not gonna lie. Aw, he got a barrier.
You're fighting a gentleman. Put forth all your might.
This battle is unavoidable.
Come on, he's so low.
My charge.
I'm gonna add more shield because everyone's getting dangerously close to death. So, how's he not dead yet? Go on to the next phase already. There we go.
My friends are indeed on.
Okay.
The laurels of victory belong to a trip.
You'll pay for this.
Hmm.
Lend me your strength.
Yep. Okay.
We've entered the storm.
Let's do this thing.
To guard and defend. Crush them.
Awaken dormant scales. World cleansing dragon. The flesh wound. Heaven's surge. Rise to the challenge.
Oh no.
Confess.
Not the damage boost again. Oh.
Time to lose. Conflict is pitiless. Hope you're
Well, at least we broke the shield, so
time for
this
the
could be at least a tad bit more effective.
rise to the challenge.
Shield.
Of land of will.
What if I said shield though, so that you're damaged and damage?
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
I sense a storm. You're fighting a gentleman. Put forth all your might. Is that all?
Nice. Okay, so one broken. Now they all have shield. Now, if we can do this correctly.
It's thunder.
Nice. Now he has nothing to protect himself.
Behold, this symbol of
Never mind.
duel.
That ended immediately.
Rise to the challenge. Awaken dormant skin. World cleansing dragon. This ends here.
You'll pay for this.
Rise.
I need to save up.
Put forth all your might.
Oh no.
Follow my charge.
Oh no. Oh.
We've entered the storm.
Okay, might as well use her
To
ult.
guard and defend. Crush them.
Conflict is pitiless. This strength.
Dang it, he was so close to getting his ult too.
Break.
Oh, hey, that is effective.
Show no mercy.
That's not super bad. I just need everyone to stay alive, please. Shield!
Name of Len. A will forged in ice.
I will stay alive!
You're fighting a gentleman. Put forth all your might.
Okay, the shield is still active.
No
Good.
time to lose.
Hmm.
Heaven's surge. Rise.
We might beat him this time. That'd be fantastic, actually.
Bear witness.
Uh,
Let the duel commence.
hmm. Okay.
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
I'm gonna do something strange here.
Follow my charge. Here is thunder. Let thy noise. Put forth all
Wait.
your might. Is that all?
No! Oh no! He wiped out half my team already.
Is that all? In the name of Len, a will.
Oh no! Whoa! At least we're getting closer. That's nice. Oh man, Japard, you're gonna need to carry the team.
Confess.
The barrier's gone.
All your might.
That actually was just the break I needed.
Is that all?
Except concerning the fact that now that didn't work. That made me sad.
Never falters.
He only has 2% HP. You just need to stay alive a little longer, my guy.
This ends here. That's enough. I have come to grasp the sincerity of your cause. I yield.
As he's just frozen in a block of ice.
Truly a captivating contest.
Whew.
It is through you that I realized to uphold the honor of a driller. I must further hone my skills. What a beautiful lesson indeed. Go forth, my dear friend. Beautiful miss. The audition's crown is yours to claim. I shall remain here
Hey, we won.
as far as you bask in the limelight, joining the audience in offering you the most heartfelt cheers and applause.
Yay.
We don't have much time. May fate allow us to meet again, Knight of Beauty.
We probably will meet him again.
In that case, let's make our way to the end. Penacony's really thronging with talent. I hope we make it in time.
Considering the fact that this game is like basically if the universe was a small place, I am pretty positive we will see him again. I'm gonna go back and heal myself because I'm in pain. I was literally missing my whole team there. Oh! I forgot C just sent you straight to the character menu. When you remember something. Okay. I'll try to do those missions. I might just need to do a week where I only play Honkai Star Rail so I can get caught up. Time to launch myself into space yet again. That's a cool detail, to be honest. Like, how each time you get launched, there's less and less people going with you. I'm not upset with that. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I need to make sure that there's nothing new here. I guess not. Dang. I have to say Jipard has to go first, concerning the fact that he is the one that clutched up the the fight there.
Congratulations to the both of you on becoming the festive superstars of this year's Charmony Festival. Before entering the Grand Theater, on behalf of the organizers,
Hello, Sunday.
extend my sincere congratulations to you, wishing you joy under their radiance.
Interesting. What are you doing here?
As previously promised,
Oh, hey.
my sister, Mr. Yang, and I have met.
Thanks
with
for
the
resubscribing, man.
We
How's it
delved
going,
into
Logan?
the truth about Penacony and its Stellaron, and have come to a consensus. Both I and the Oak family cannot acquiesce to your request.
It's almost been a year that you've been subscribed. That's
We
crazy.
acknowledge the perspective of you nameless. Penacony does require change, but not as you propose. The planet of festivities cannot and will not revert to a place characterized by chaos, disorder, or anarchy.
And also, I'm glad that everything worked
Through
out.
your journey of overcoming obstacles, you must have glimpsed the essence of that era. The vulnerable ruthlessly eliminated. Equality non-existent.
What was I? What did I miss?
Common people living precarious lives, eking out a dreary existence.
Sunday is talking about sadness.
Ultimately, only heroes like yourselves manage to achieve success. But I would dare ask, if you did not possess the special status of having a Stellaron, and you were but an anonymous and frail member among the masses, which Penacony would you prefer? A dystopia for the survival of the fittest, or a sweet dream paradise for all?
I don't know. Me no comprehend. I cannot put that thought into mind.
Not the point. Don't let him mislead you.
Mr. Sunday, even if the members of the Oak family can't fully agree on what to do about the Stellaron, now's not exactly the time to be holding an extensive discourse about Penacony's past and future, is it? The Stellaron issue concerns the life and death of everyone on Penacony. If anyone has a better suggestion, the crew is more than willing to listen. Also, it'd be best to tell us the ins and outs of that meeting. This way, we'll at least know what Welt and Ms. Robin are dealing with, and the reason why they failed to make our appointment.
Navigator. That is precisely my intention. With all present, let's begin by discussing the details of that meeting. Let's talk about our tribulations and choices, our ideals and beliefs, and our final course of action. The only path to take.
You mean to say that for the longest time, there have been scoundrels who would use this Charmony Festival that I have bequeathed to the masses as a tool to realize their ambition?
Yes.
Indeed, Dream Master.
She should have just straight up just went yes and left it at that. Just went. Yep, that's it, exactly it.
And then everyone in their dreams will be unable to awaken.
This is indeed surprising to me. The dreamscape is maintained by the collective effort of the 5 families. If someone were to use the Charmony Festival to recklessly disseminate the power of the Stellaron, this individual must hold a position of great authority. Do you have any suspects?
I have one, and I've honestly been hiring her to pretend to be Robin this whole time, so.
Of the Stellaron's existence?
I would have never thought that this nameless would point the spear at me. Quite astonishing indeed.
If I have offended, the Astral Express extends its sincere apologies. But the current circumstances are dire and leave no room for meticulous inquiry. We're doing this out of concern for the Dreamscape's safety.
Huh.
So, if you could, please alleviate our concerns.
Dream Master, it's just to prove that the Charmony Festival has nothing to do with the Stellaron. If we're being overly cautious, I will return to the stage to offer tribute in song, just per the arrangement.
As he just says nothing, just I'm thinking.
Both of you, right now, can surely be lauded as their most devout advocates. I already know your resolve. The magnitude of this matter is enormous and cannot be taken lightly.
It's just a matter of several hundred human lives. It's fine.
If there is a need, the entire Oak family will be mobilized to heed your call. Might I ask you to beseech them to cast their light unto me and question me in their stead, so that no lies may be concealed?
I will do as you command.
Robin, could I entrust you to be present as a witness, to document the truth, and to proclaim my innocence, so that all slander may be utterly dispelled?
I will do as you command.
May thy will be carried out on earth.
So who is the Dream Master again?
Just as it is in the heavens.
Oh, triple-faced soul, please sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron, so that he will not be able to fabricate lies and make false vows.
Let us begin. There is nothing else to prepare.
Understood? Question.
It's always interesting whenever I hear
Have you
Bible
devoted
verses
your life to your God?
used for
Never
in-game
worshipping other
characters or
gods?
deities, and it's just like,
Naturally.
okay.
Do you love your God as you do yourself? Always heeding their admonishments.
Naturally.
Have you strayed from the path expected by your God? Betraying?
Why are they capitalizing that G?
Never.
Have you ever been inordinate with your asks of your God? Coveting more than the foundation
Anyway.
of the creation itself? Then, a final question.
Besides the point, bros and
Swear to fulfill
interrogating,
all vows,
like,
past, present, and future.
With the Eon as my witness, if I do not deliver on my words, or if I renege on my vows, may I be cursed in accordance with divine law.
They have seen your
okay.
faith and have endorsed your faith. With this, it can be evidenced.
Just a moment.
It's like, wait a minute.
What is it, Mr. Yang?
I have another question I hope to have answered. To my understanding, the family's harmony and prosperity have never relied on so-called divine laws. The god you both mentioned, are they truly Shipe?
Mr. Yang should know that those belonging to the family toil together as if they were kin, embracing solidarity and unity under their light. All duplicity is laid bare before the harmony. Such a delicate and complex symphony. Which other god could perfectly harmonize this, if not for the Great One? She may.
Perfectly harmonized. Therein lies the problem. It isn't an outsider lurking in the shadows who changed the harmony,
Yeah.
but a dissonance that has surreptitiously emerged from within this very symphony itself. In the distant past, there
I like how he just casually will sneak in his word for the day.
With a flick of the wrist, they crafted the laws of the cosmos. their followers formed the Beyond the Sky Choir, spreading solemn and reverent hymns throughout the universe. Later, they fell. The route traversed by this eon clashed with the harmony, ultimately being absorbed and fused into it. The chorus that once reverberated across worlds fell silent, and when it echoed anew, it was transformed into the hymn of harmony. Though an eon may perish, paths with no masters still linger. In the all-forgiving harmony, echoes of bygone dissonance may subtly arise.
Mr. Yang, being overly astute can be a detriment. Especially when you find yourself alone.
Are you threatening me? I have a pocket black hole. Pulls out staff.
So this is how it is.
For the sake of our grand cause, Sunday, please afford these two an opportunity to rest.
Because if I'm going to fight them, it needs to be on even terms. Huh?
Sorry, Rob.
Hey, Nine. How's it going?
It's just you. I did not wish for you to know this. It's a pity that things have turned out this way.
So, this is the true reason I can't sing?
Wow.
The shadow that envelops Penacony is actually...
I'm doing okay. How about you?
Sure.
Oh, wait, I already asked that. I'm doing okay. I woke up about 45 minutes ago, so... Or more like an hour and 15 minutes ago, but...
Can only be guaranteed
I'm
by
doing
the one
A-okay.
who transcends the many. Within the foundation of law, humanity establishes civilization, and through harmony, we obtain order.
Man, backstabbing your sibling. That's insane.
Unbelievable. To think that there would be remnants of the Order on Penacony.
What have you done with Mr. Yang and Miss Robin?
Don't worry.
Excuse me. Wow.
I just gave them some time alone
Whoa.
to ponder their fates.
Don't know where that came from.
You should know that these actions make you an enemy of the Astral Express.
Should we need to stand against the Nameless, it would only be myself and the Oak family involved. But we haven't reached that point yet, have we? Your
He may be
efforts
the
to
final
reach
boss.
Penacony are evident to everyone, and have been widely observed.
I just got flashbanged. Right immediately into a yawn. Wow. Whoa. Hmm. Stop beating around the bush and get to the point.
Virtue
And I know it's a virtue, but hey,
against you.
we need to save the world.
I'm here to make my intentions clear.
If it is the Order that drove you to imprison Welt and Robin, and you're using them to coerce our compliance, then there'll be no point in entertaining any type of discussion.
You're mistaken, Miss Himiko. They are in very safe hands, and just as the family has always proclaimed, no one can be harmed in the dreamscape, least of all in the beautiful new world belonging to the Order. Penacony and the
Okay.
entire universe have witnessed far too much innocent bloodshed.
That do be
Strong
true though.
wield their blades against the weak, and the victors push the vanquished to the brink of life. Natural selection. The world abides by this principle, establishing the well-being of humanity atop the corpses of the downtrodden. Only we, or rather, I, possess the power to put an end to this farce.
Stop beating around the bush and get to the point. I know it's a virtue, but hey. You can indeed. You got like the worst moment ever, me burping and then just straight up dying afterwards.
So you've decided to resurrect a dead Eon? No one's ever done such a thing.
If Miss Himiko is
Sunday being
someone
like, I'll be the
let's
first.
draw
I
back
got
the
this.
veil and speak candidly.
Oh.
I firmly believe that people can understand
Yeah.
one another through peaceful means. I'm willing to
That's
divulge
actually
no
very
embellished
convenient.
truth
Just to do a
as to the
slash clip and then.
intentions of the Order's path striders, so that you will make better judgment for the Astral Express, for Penacony, and for this stretch of the universe. Words can hardly do justice to the beauty of that idea. So, come with me.
You just clipped without realizing. You're just like, oh wait, let's go back and see this.
And
Just me
see
going,
once again
ugh.
this road leads.
Huh? Where'd he go?
Welcome. This isn't any location in Penacony's dreamscape. It's my inner world. The reason
Oh,
that
hey,
something
Michael.
before you remains unchanged is because your
Uh.
consciousness has drawn on similar concepts to fill in the gaps.
I thought it was pretty interesting, yeah. It looks like it'll be a lot of fun to do as a group. But yeah, I wish you the best in your development of the game. You've imprisoned us?
Saying to Welt?
It's a tuning process. Stronger in effect and more draining on the mind. The gray-haired guest has experienced it before, so he should understand what it entails. Tuning
What?
allows you to intuitively grasp my feelings, which also means that I cannot hide anything from you. Now, everyone, please look at the huge screen. The road we once took begins here.
So
From this point on, you will
basically,
witness the numerous decisions I've faced. I've selected a portion of these to share with you. I believe after going through similar predicaments, you'll be able to better understand my thoughts. Let's begin. The first decision. A
a story about a baby bird, okay.
This
We
story
already
happened when
heard
Robin
the
and I
story,
were
though.
very young. We were victims of the Stellaron disaster, and the family's Mr. Gopher Wood, who would later become the Dream Master of Penacony,
Oh.
saw that we siblings had no one to turn to and took us in. Later on, Robin and I lived a time with nary a care in the world. One day, after dinner, while my younger sister and I were lounging about in Mr. Gopher Wood's yard, we spotted a fledgling Charmony dove all on its own. That baby bird was tiny. It didn't even have all of its feathers. It
Dang.
couldn't sing. When we found it, it was already on its last breath, having fallen into a shrub, probably abandoned by its parents. We decided to build a nest for it right there and then.
Gotta say no.
However, thinking back, that winter was unusually cold, with fierce winds at night in the yard, not to mention the many poisonous bugs and wild beasts in the vicinity.
Wait.
It was clear that if we left the fledgling in the yard, it stood no chance of surviving until spring. So,
Okay.
I suggested we take it inside, place it on the shelf by the window, and asked the adults to fashion a cage for it. We decided that when it regained its strength enough to spread its wings, we would release it back into the wild. The tragic part
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you.
was that this
It had to be funny. We had to do it.
long before this moment. Its destiny was determined by our momentary whim. Now, I pass the power of choice to you all. Faced with this situation, what choice would you make? Stick to the original plan and build a nest with soft net where the Charmony dove fell, or build a cage for
Oh.
it and feed it giving it the utmost care from within the warmth of a home. I eagerly await your answer.
So, interesting. So, build a bird nest on the spot, or build a cage for the little Charmony dove. The thing is, if we were to build a cage, it wouldn't have any real life experience. So if we would let it out, it would probably immediately die because of the fact that it hadn't been in nature for a long enough time. And if I build a bird nest, that would still leave it to some danger, but it would have time to grow accustomed. So probably build a bird nest. Stick to the original plan.
Interesting. Since you've made up your mind, allow me to reveal what fate this choice will bring to the fledgling. From what I've observed, there are at least 3 predators in that yard that prey on small birds.
Oh.
The Vossicle scorpion, Asdana wolverine, and the Huntington winged snake. Even if they shy away from humans, these animals are still near apex predators in a fenced location like a yard. In such a location, only one fate awaits that little charm.
Well, I thought you meant like put it up higher, like in a tree or something.
As for the choice you made, I am deeply sorry. Now, let us advance to the second decision. This time, it's the story of a dream chaser.
Interesting,
This
okay.
happened when I was appointed as Bronze Melodia, a position exclusive to the Oak family, charged with listening to the problems and vexations of Dreamscape residents, and providing them with the relevant guidance. It was during that period that I had the opportunity to hear voices from all corners of the Dreamscape. Joy, sorrow, arrogance.
Which we also did hear some of them, which one of them was his name's father.
I was fortunate to catch a glimpse of it.
What was his name?
He was a dream chaser and an illegal stowaway.
It was this guy.
Just like the rest of them, he came to Penacony in search of a better life.
What's his name?
Except that, to most people, the price he paid.
Aventurine. That's right.
I suppose you could say it was everything.
Yeah, the guy who's.
I sold everything I could at home. The house, the land.
Even his 2 children. Aventurine and his sister.
Afford to raise them, and that at least they could eat if they lived as slaves. He had a plan in place. He would buy back his children once he had made his fortune, and enjoy Penacony's beautiful dream with them. Alas, his plan to smuggle himself was somewhat clumsy, and he was sniffed out by those pig-headed hounds. After hearing the Dream Chaser's story, I immediately appealed to the Bloodhound.
Okay, I was like, did you just let him get kicked out?
That way, at least he could live peacefully. But I was still too naive to the ways of the world. I did not anticipate that what I thought was a kind gesture would later lead to dire consequences. I'll tell you the outcome soon. For now, I'd like you all to make a choice.
Oh no.
Will you do as I did and try to convince the Bloodhound family to stop their pursuit so that the Dream Chaser may live peacefully and realize his... Or will you remain silent, leaving him to languish while the hounds are hot on his heels until his inevitable judgment arrives? I look forward to everyone's decisions. Who knows? Perhaps they might even alter the outcome of this tragedy.
That's a difficult thing to ask because, like, generally I'd be like, we should probably convince the Bloodhounds to not get him, because even though, maybe find what I should have done or what he should have done was probably tell him to cease this pursuit and help him get a job so that he could get a source of income that wasn't gambling, and hopefully over time he would grow more and be able to get enough to get his children back and not be just drop out of their lives entirely and leave them for dead, basically. I'd probably just convince the Bloodhounds to cease their pursuits, honestly. Like,
I'm honored to witness you arriving at the same decision. Out of respect, I'll share with you the dire consequences that my choice back then brought about. First, the outcome. He attained major success. After avoiding capture, he ran a business for a few years, very quickly making a name for himself, elevating his status. He might not have become a tycoon like old Audie, but he was considered a character of excellent repute. Now then, did he realize the wish he set out to achieve? No. The last time I saw him was in the real world, where the hounds were going to permanently exile him, and I was the accompanying bronze Melodia. The mission was simple. Listen to the criminal's repentance. He told me the reason he was in this predicament was because he conspired to usurp the head of the Alfalfa family. When I asked him about his two children, he instead responded with a question. What children?
that's horrible.
In the end, my heart aligned with the harmony, and the good deed I dared to undertake held no value, turning instead into a wrongdoing. It created a lamentable oppressor and countless oppressed individuals. As to your choice,
Oh no.
I once again offer my heartfelt apologies. Next comes the third and final decision, and the story this time is my own. This story happened the day I was appointed the Oak family head. At that time, Mr. Gopherwood was the current Dream Master.
That's horrible.
As per his wish, we had a private conversation. What surprised me was that the Dream Master had only come to deliver a letter to me. He let me read its contents, and it was a letter from my sister. The letter contained the usual pleasantries, anecdotes from her travels. Nothing out of the ordinary. Just as I started wondering how this letter related to our discussion, the Dream Master began to speak.
Do you know who wrote this letter?
My sister, of course. But why would you personally visit me to hand me a letter from my sister containing mere trivialities?
To help you grasp the full scope of this issue. Do you know where Robin is at this moment?
He's
From what the letter indicates, she must be in Caspelina 8, correct? She's touring there right now.
Correct. Has she mentioned anything about a stray bullet?
I'm sorry, what?
A stray bullet? What?
A war has broken out on that planet. It is because of this very reason that Robin chose this destination. To spread the word of the harmony. And to save the lives of that planet. She personally made for the front lines. She hoped to ease the people's suffering with song, and was willing to brave mortal danger to deliver the IPC's medical supplies. Unfortunately, stray bullets show no such compassion.
So she died.
All right?
If the operation was successful, she should probably be recovering in the field hospital. By the eon above, the bullet struck her neck to
Right in her vocal cords. Oh no.
consistent deeds of harmony. It didn't hit any vital arteries. Once you've attended to your outstanding tasks, it'd be advisable to write her back as soon as possible.
Those damned savages! I'll pack my bags right away. My gratitude for bringing this to my attention, Mr. Gopherwood. Now you understand understand why she always wears such elaborate neck ornaments, don't you?
Wow.
Happen. Miss Robin.
It's all in the past, so please don't worry. I share this in the meager hope that you will understand the harmony's limitations and predicament. As grandiose as the strong defending the weak sounds, many times, it is nothing more than wishful thinking. Likewise, I've prepared one last question.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Last choice. But rest assured, this choice will not have any grave consequences, because this is merely a figment of imagination, a nightmare that has haunted me through countless nights. If you ever had the opportunity to make a choice like I did, would you still support Robin's journey on the path of harmony?
Huh. Stop Robin from going on her journey, or support Robin to go on her journey. Well, the only thing you can do is generally try and support, like, the best thing you can do in this situation is warn them and or because generally, why are you giving me such conundrums here? Why? I just wanted to play a silly game where I had superpowered anime characters fighting people. Like, that's what I was hoping for. I didn't want conundrums going on. I didn't want to make these types of choices. Well, it's her decision. Like, you may not agree with it. You can definitely advise against it. And definitely explain to them why you believe that is the case. But the best thing you can do is just explain your point of view and why you think that is the case and all of the stuff that goes along with it. But you can't stop them. Or you could stop them, but you probably shouldn't, or else they'll resent you, and that just leads down to a whole other trail of sad things. So I guess support, because they're very cut and dry answers, so it's not like
I am now aware of everyone's stances. Raising these questions merely serves to illustrate one point. The plight of Penacony cannot be salvaged by the heart.
you gave me two choices, man. If this was a fill-in-the-blank question, I could do that, but that was too straightforward.
Through the order, where the strong govern the weak. I know the suffering of being tormented, the turmoil of losing your way, how sorrow and even despair set in when matters don't work out. All of this causes me unending pain, because this is not what happiness is at all. We must teach the weak how to live a happy life, and this life isn't some noble propriety that the upper crust preaches, but in definitive terms, a way of survival that belongs to everyone.
So what is your definition of living a happy life?
Good question. Human consciousness is fundamentally an illusion, a cage known as self-worth. People lured in by this illusion make mistakes, yet still ask that external influences bear the burden. When one mistake after the next permeates the masses, they become impossible to trace. Thus, the amassing of these individual cages culminate to form a prison. A place dictated only by the rule of survival of the fittest. Nature is always accompanied by predation and sacrifice. Its antithesis is known as order. That is what I want to do. Unite people's happiness under the banner of order. They They won't need to make bitter choices any longer,
Hmm.
nor face the weaknesses of humanity. They can cast aside their primal instincts to build a haven for mankind. Simply describing thoughts is far too abstract, so allow me to provide a simple example. As you all may know, there are societal norms like weekends and long weekends that exist on some worlds.
Huh?
During these hard-earned rest days, people are given the chance to
Where did this come
extricate
from?
themselves from the stresses of everyday life, allowing a certain tranquility
Well,
to return to their souls.
I
It is
guess.
only on these days that people do not have to adhere to the law where the strong prey on the weak. They can live out their lives happily during these brief intermissions. It's just a pity that 2 or 3 days are still too fleeting compared to the span of a lifetime.
So, are you saying that
From where I stand,
work is basically a jail
society's
cell?
ideal
Like,
system should be 7 rest days. Following Sunday, there should ensue a second, a third, and indeed an infinite procession of Sundays. This should be the face of the new world. Idyllic, eternal, peaceful days. And thus, every person can return to their base selves in this utopia. Some gaze in reverence at
well,
the stars, pouring their whole beings into calculating the distance between us and the isolated world of Pagana. Meanwhile, some seek refuge in quiet corners, holding one another, unencumbered by the chains of unwelcome obligations. There would be no need to bear the hardships of reality. Only in this way can humanity face the inevitable end with the purest of spirit, living a life of dignity. This is what it is to live in bliss.
as much as that sounds nice and everything, that kind of, I say kind of because it's not going to be exactly how he described, but whenever Jesus comes back, that's going to be pretty cool, and that's going to basically be Sundays every day. So, where we praise the Lord. So,
Miss Firefly, you who are stricken with entropy loss syndrome, you
I'm
of
sorry,
all
what?
would surely understand this.
I forgot what that was.
It sounds like a flawless theory. But what is the price to attain all this?
I'll reset. Beep. Boom.
The cost is minute, merely a personal and eternal sacrifice.
What do you mean by that,
This
Sunday?
paradise is to be maintained for everyone. Someone must remain trapped in solitary awakening until the end of the cosmos.
Awakening.
Oh.
Which means that this so-called paradise is still a dream. Stepping into this paradise means forsaking reality, correct?
It is not forsaking, but transcending.
Interesting.
Flesh, blood, sorrow, weakness. If the physical is the root of spiritual suffering, it is only logical that we defeat it.
But in this supposed bliss, people won't have defeated their demons. The chance to overcome their tribulations would be forever lost to them. In other words, it is an escape.
Yeah.
That's another way of understanding it. But there is no
That is
shame
true.
in escape. On the contrary, the seeds of escape exist in everyone's hearts. Don't you agree, Miss Firefly? And as for why life slumbers, it is because we are afraid to awaken from our dreams. But this is not in conflict with the grand plan. Only in acknowledging this can we truly understand the frailty of human nature. And from there, show compassion and protection.
I admit that you are a born leader.
Yeah.
Your perspective on humanity brims with pessimism. Yet you express compassion for all. Even when your heart pities them. But unlike you, I live for the self. From my perspective, individuals making choices for themselves is their birthright. The want to escape may be innate in the weak. But whether they are weak or not, it is not up to another to decide.
We were given free will for a reason.
You also view me as
Because the way she put it,
because I don't think so.
but I understand what she means. Because we are.
Once Miss Firefly has said her piece, the Astral Express will also naturally give you our answer.
Because, like, free will, yes, we're given that for a reason. Because we're to freely choose God. The way she put it, though, made it sound like all me, which, or that first sentence did at least. So, but besides the point, that.
We'll leave it to you. Just as Mr. McHale instructed
But
before. Tell him our choice.
overall, I kind of understand what she means, but not long ago.
What is this place?
You're in the Shadow Realm, Jimbo.
Bells, Misha?
I don't know. But I feel a sense of deja vu. What is this place?
It's
The Shadow Realm.
within a dream bubble. This
The
was
Shadow
built
Realm.
Astral Express by a nameless, but weirdly, when we entered it, it was completely empty. Dr. Edward from the Dreamscape sales store told me that dreams are formed from memories, and a dream bubble can't take shape if its core is empty. So I thought you might be able to help us in unraveling this mystery, Misha. As a hotel doorman, you know Penacony best among us.
I don't know much about dream bubbles. But if you want to figure out what this mansion is, I'll do my best.
I'm counting on you then.
Himeko, I still don't get it. Why would
You just see him running around. Where are all the doors?
dream bubble?
I wasn't sure. It was just a hunch. But since Misha feels familiar with this place, my hunch might be correct.
This place does look a bit familiar.
Exactly. This
Just
is
a
where
tiny
Lord
bit.
Firefly
Itty bitty.
encountered death, which we now know as dormancy. Considering its connection to Dreamflux Reef, it's not surprising it appeared here. The question now is, who brought you here? Based on the clues we have so far, it's unlikely to be that masked fool. So identifying them is crucial to us. We're drawing closer to the truth once more. Let's give Misha some time, as I believe he'll unveil the secret of this dream bubble.
Let's go for it.
But
Misha, explain.
all over the place. Which one should we choose? Do you have any idea, Misha? I guess maybe this way?
That is
I'm not
good
entirely
decision making.
sure, but let's give it a try.
Ugh. Hey.
Wait, you managed to
Oh, dang. I cut off. I cut off March again.
This is quite different from the hotel. But I feel like I've been here before and even lived here for a while. If I remember correctly, there should
Interesting
be a
keyhole eye
fireplace
shape.
down that hallway. Clocky and I used to sit by the fire, listening to the crackling of firewood.
Oh, cool.
And the room on the other side was the toy room. I loved spreading out all the toys from the box on the floor and making up stories for each of them. Hold on. This
We go to the
doesn't
fire
make
room. It's just a
sense.
blazing inferno.
Didn't I grow up in Dreamflux Reef? So, what is this place?
This could be a case of amnesia. But don't worry, Misha. It's common for everyone to forget certain aspects of the past. Those memories haven't vanished.
That looks actually horrendous.
When
Right
you
there.
get them back,
That pie. That
since this
looks
place
awful.
seems familiar to you, why don't we explore a few more rooms and see if you can recall anything more?
Yeah. Then let's check out the rooms I just mentioned.
Okay. Time to check out the Blazing Inferno. It is very empty.
That's the name. Now we all know him as the Watchmaker. So, who is he talking to? Do you know anything about it, Misha? I'm sorry. I don't know much about the Watchmaker. But
Excuse me. Whoa.
Anything special about that name?
Mikhail is Grandpa's name.
I'm sorry, what?
Grandpa? Do you mean you're the Watchmaker's grandson?
But we haven't heard anything about the Watchmaker having descendants. And the name Mikhail is not rare. Perhaps it's merely a coincidence. Could you tell
Knowing
us
this game,
more
it's not a
about
coincidence.
Mikhail?
Yeah, sure. He was a seafarer who fearlessly ventured into mysterious seas and storms. He was always on the sea and had lots of friends who accompanied him on his travels.
I don't think that was the
He didn't want me
sea.
to call him Grandpa because that would make him sound old. He believed he was still young. The name Mikhail was given to him by his parents, Mahaley and Elise, both renowned seafarers.
I'm pretty positive it wasn't the sea.
When he came back, he'd share his logbook with me and tell me about his adventures.
I think that was
at sea.
space. I think he was
I want to become
what
a
you
great
would
adventurer,
call
just like him. It appears that the seafarer has nothing to do with the Watchmaker. So perhaps it's just a coincidence? So where is your grandpa now? He went off on a new journey. It's been quite a while since I last saw him.
You're gonna see him again relatively soon somehow.
Clocky gone? Did he leave to protect Dreamville?
Maybe?
Tick-tock.
You okay, Misha?
Some noises from the room. Origami Bird? That's a friend of mine. You and Origami Bird are friends? Yeah. It's a member of the Compass crew, just like Clocky and Miss Mirror. And there's more than just one Origami Bird. They are a big family with lots of brothers and sisters who look the same. They follow Miss Mirror's orders and handle all sorts of jobs on the ship. They're the best sailors.
I wonder if Misha actually influenced some of the stories.
Could you tell us more about the compass, Misha?
The Compass is a ship bound for the New World. Clocky and his partners travel through layers of fog to the depths of the sea. Whenever there is danger, Clocky will use a compass and guide the ship in the right direction.
That's a great story. But in the Penacony cartoon, Clocky and his partners have always lived in Dreamville and never ventured out, right?
Huh? Oh, that does seem to be the case.
Interesting. Wait a minute. So, I remember earlier they were talking about how like Clocky and all that stuff is referencing to the friends and to the Watchmaker and everything, and how some of his stories overlap with the stories in the cartoons and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if this is his way of saying
Weird.
that the Watchmaker also ventured out into the sea and stuff like that.
I clearly remember Clocky arrived in the New World in the end.
Perhaps Clocky has a hidden past.
I think I hear the sound of water. You once mentioned there's a magnificent fountain up ahead.
That is true.
Look, there it is.
There we go.
The water resembles
Water!
a precious jewel
Water!
embedded in the dreams of all seafarers. Every time I gaze at the shimmering lights beneath the waves, it feels as though I'm back in this place, standing by your side.
Have you recalled anything, Misha?
Yeah, I saw these sentences in Grandpa's logbook.
Huh.
He used to say that despite the perils of the sea, whenever he stood on the deck in the afternoon, overlooking the sparkling waves, he would think of this fountain in front of his house. He often said that those moments felt like returning to his family's side, and the difficulties at sea didn't seem quite as challenging.
Interesting.
You know, I quite understand such sentiments.
Don't sigh or you'll start getting gray hair. Me with a whole head of gray hair.
I was just being a bit sentimental.
Perhaps every
I'm
oak
surprised
family
Marge didn't say anything about my
has
gray
a
hair.
fountain within their soul. Even though the other side of the sea remains shrouded in the unknown, the fountain in front of his house serves as a compass, leading him back to his cherished ones.
Yeah. While Grandpa was at home, we would stand by the fountain and place the compass, a toy boat that I made, into the pool. Back then,
Hmm.
I would ask him when I could go on adventures like him, and he would always laugh and say I was still too young. It seems this Mikhail is truly a seafarer and has nothing to do with the
No, I'm positive. Absolutely
Maybe,
positive he has something to do with
based
the
on
clockmaker.
Misha's recollections, the scenes in the dream bubble appear to be his childhood memories.
But this raises more questions. According to Misha, he was clearly born on an oceanic planet and led an ordinary life, with no connection to Penacony at all. Could this be some sort of metaphor?
Well,
Perhaps the sea
yeah.
refers to the memory zone.
That or space. Ooh.
I'm sorry. I don't know, but my memories keep pouring out uncontrollably, like water flowing from a fountain. Perhaps I'll remember more things if we go further.
More than likely, that is the case.
I wish to share your burden. We're going to the opposite side, right?
Huh.
No. We should turn left here. Huh? Something feels different about this place. This is it. Up ahead is Grandpa's study. It was
Wait, what?
atmosphere in
Why did I hear clocky all of a sudden?
totally different.
That makes more sense.
Clocky, you're here. Yeah. This is the
I wonder if Clocky is actually just his
Those
grandpa.
books on the bookshelf logbooks left behind by that seafarer?
Yeah. Whenever
He's just
he came back,
supposed to act like that, because if he
there's
doesn't,
a
he would be
log
out of
on the
character.
bookshelf in his room. They contain records of his expeditions to every corner of the world. He described our world as a fountain. At some point, the sea started to gradually swallow up the land where people lived to ensure that everyone had land to settle on. He had to continue exploring the sea and search for the source of the rising seawater. On that day,
Hmm.
he called me to his study, telling me that he was embarking on another journey. However, I could sense the gravity in his expression. It was the same look I had seen on my father's face before his final voyage.
Oh
I
no.
asked him if I could go with him, but he said that my adventure lay elsewhere and told me to stay home and patiently await a certain sound at the door. What sound? He told me about a vast ocean in the sky, an ocean of stars. He spoke of a train that transports children with a desire to venture far away, traversing the sea of stars without ever stopping. He said that
Huh.
he knew the crew on the train.
The Astral Express,
He
so.
had asked them to take me along. He said the journey I had always dreamed of would start there. A train? Could it be?
It's the Astral Express.
So he's been on the Astral Express before.
I remember now. Grandpa's friends are a group of nameless who came to this world to resolve a disaster caused by a star. Then, he gave his pocket watch to me. It was his cherished treasure, appearing in every one of his adventure tales. He explained that difficult times were ahead, but assured me that the watch would guide me. He said, as long as I kept moving forward, I'd eventually reach my desired destination. And then, it was as if I heard the distant sound of a train whistle, echoing throughout the room.
Exactly, Misha. And then we followed that whistle, didn't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I can still find the way we took back then.
Huh.
This
Interesting.
is the dream jigsaw, right? So we're supposed to find the exit. But where can we find the last piece?
Do you remember? You said you obtained a mysterious shard when you stumbled into this place.
Oh.
Hey, the shape seems
I
to
didn't
match.
even realize that. I
So this
completely
shard is
forgot.
also connected to Misha?
Completely
Looks like we're
forgot.
just one step from revealing the truth. Let's get to the other side and investigate.
Okay. Well, that actually came into handy finally, so. There's that. That. There. There we go. Time to go through the magical portal thing.
This is it. This is my room of clocks, while I spent my time waiting for Grandpa to return from his voyage.
That's a weird looking clock.
Walter gave me this
These are all weird looking clocks.
and it became my secret base here. I learned how to repair clockworking gears out of my fondness of precision mechanics. In my dreams, I was the captain of the compass, embarking on adventures with my companions, Clocky and Miss Mirror, in search of the new world.
Are you the clock?
I was born and raised here.
So, this building in the dream bubble is your childhood home.
Yes, but not exactly.
I'm
This
confused.
dream bubble itself is my home.
Looks like you've remembered everything now.
Wait. Why does it feel like everyone else knows something I don't?
Don't worry, you're. Too bad I don't know either.
Marge, do you remember when he mentioned a clocky that only he could see?
Yeah, the little guy here, right? But we all saw him in Dreamflux Reef, right? And Mr. Yang even greeted him.
Looks like everyone on the Astral Express has a childlike spirit.
The answer lies in the Astral Express. His experience
Oh.
shows that neither Firefly nor Acheron can see this clocky. And when we were in Dreamflux Reef, you may have noticed that for some reason, nobody outside of the crew had ever talked with Clocky.
Yeah. That makes sense.
A mimetic life that can only be seen by a select few. It's just like a hidden message left by someone for the nameless.
But
Oh.
too, right? They even
He was
wanted
on
to,
the Astral Express at one
but
point,
Misha
right?
hasn't started the way of the Trailblaze yet.
That's the key to the mystery, March. Now, take a moment to recall. Have you ever seen anyone outside of the crew interact with Misha?
Wait. No way!
That's the answer, March 7th. This dream bubble is the place where I was born. And I'm a dweller in this dream. Just like a memory zone meme. I should have stayed here and waited for you. When reality and memories merged, I unconsciously pushed open that door and left the bubble with Clocky.
So it's not
Oh.
Matchmaker's dream bubble is empty, but rather the
believe there's a longer story
I'm so
behind all this.
confused.
It's best for Misha himself to explain all the details. How about we start with your name? Now, should we call you Misha or
The
Thank you
clockmaker or
all
whatever.
for helping me rediscover my true self.
You're the clockmaker, aren't you?
Please allow me to reintroduce myself. I was born on Lushaka, in the Presmere system, adopted by seafarers Mikhail and Char. They gave me a treasure, a name that carried their hopes. Mikhail Char Legwork, or simply Misha.
Interesting.
If you prefer, you can call me by a more
Yep.
familiar
Okay, that makes more sense now.
watchmaker.
So, you're the watchmaker
I was
himself?
okay.
Unfortunately, that legendary figure is no more.
Huh.
I'm only a reflection of his life. As
That-
for the child
wow.
who has been with you, he's the innocent protagonist of Misha's childhood dream. Friend of Clunky, a young apprentice, and a future mechanic on the Express. And this also marks the beginning of his journey, devoted to the Trailblaze.
At the end of the journey, I
I
left
left
this
this
little flame, which I so cherished, in my deepest dreams, hoping to pass it on to the nameless of future generations. However, he somehow left the dream bubble and forgot all about his task. I apologize for all the confusion this caused.
Interesting.
Because he was born with a desire to trailblaze, wasn't he? I don't think Misha has forgotten his role as a guide. He remembered it. And that's why he mistakenly appeared as a hotel doorman in his dream from the very beginning. The one who brought our unconscious friend here must have been Misha. If that's the case, we encountered the Watchmaker's legacy from the beginning, didn't we?
I have a sarcastic friend who says I always take big detours and end up back where I started. Perhaps that's what every nameless has to go through. But in the end,
Oh, hey, it happened.
found me. I'm sure you're all wondering what my legacy is. I believe my hound has mentioned the Stellaron and my wealth. If I may apologize, the Stellaron part is real. As for my wealth, however, it's nothing more than a baseless rumor. I left
Okay.
my homeland as a child and embarked on the journey of Trailblaze. I traveled to various planets until finally reaching Nesdana, where my friends and I built the original Penacony and fought for its future ever since. I've been moving forward all my life, doing what I could to overcome the obstacles in my path. But ultimately, my journey reached its end, and I left behind no possessions worth entrusting. So, if you ask what's left within this worn-out train engine that can be called a legacy, I suppose it's the things that are still burning in the engine's furnace. Now that you're well aware of the current situation of Penacony, I certainly hope that you'll help me get this world back on track. But I'll leave that decision to
Fair
you.
enough. I will do my
Trailblaze
help.
is never paved by others. All I have for you is a story and 2 gifts.
Time for another
I want to
30-minute
give you
story.
a watch. It has accompanied me throughout my long journey, guiding that naive child forward, and has been blessed with the presence of so many great people up to this day. And my hat, too. The one who navigated for me placed it on my head and planted a fanciful thought in my mind. The trailblazing expedition will never end. Now, it's time for you to make your choice. Once you've made up your mind, open that door and enter the long dream of an old man.
Huh.
I'll be waiting for you at the end of this corridor of time.
Interesting.
All right, everyone. Let's make a decision.
Time to
I
go.
don't think anyone will have any objections.
I want to win this. I want to win this. I want to see.
We've come this far. Surely there's no other option than moving forward.
In that case, it's unanimous. Then let's proceed together to the end of this stream and tell Mikhail our decision.
Whoop-de-doo, you can do. Ah!
Mikhail, where are you going?
Someone has to step up and save Lushaka. So why can't it be me, Misha?
Please don't go. And if you must, please take me with you. Don't leave me alone.
Even without me, you know how to proceed forward, brave Captain Misha. The compass is waiting for you. Haven't you always wanted to be a better adventurer than me? Now go, board that train and start your journey.
Where are you going, Mikhail?
Huh.
I'm going to clean the floor in the parlor car. I've promised the conductor.
Wait, first tell me, did you fix this watch?
Yeah?
I know what it looked like before. Its chain was broken, the back case torn, and the marks on the dial all worn out. How did you manage to fix it?
Well, it's hard to explain, but I knew it could be fixed. It's the hands, Mr. Amundsen. Its hands were intact and pointing in the right direction, so I knew there would be a way to fix the rest.
I see. You'll work with me from now on. Haven't you always wanted to tinker with this train? You're its mechanic now. As for the conductor, I'll do the talking.
But I
Interesting.
fix watches.
Don't worry. You've got what it takes. I'll teach you what you need to know.
Where are you going, legwork? It's time to head to our next stop. I'm staying in Astana with Rosalina and Tiernan.
I see. This place reminds you of home.
The people of Astana have only achieved a tiny victory and still have a long way to go towards true freedom. Hanunu needs us. Don't worry, not all journeys lead to the stars. Even if I leave the Express, our path of trailblaze will continue.
So, was the original person that was fixing the train die?
Stay on the Express forever. Leave in peace, my friend. And, take this with you.
This is Mr. Amundsen's hat. But why?
When he departed, he said he would leave it to his best student. Well, I suppose the time has come. Farewell, legwork. Take care of Tiernan and Rosalina. And don't forget to write to us.
Interesting.
Where are you going, watchmaker?
Don't worry, Micah. Just going on a little trip. Someone has to be at the forefront of the interstellar frontier, and I'm the only former nameless in Penacony. So why can't it be me?
Because you're all we have. Have you forgotten about Tiernan? The cosmos is way more dangerous now. What will happen to Penacony if we lose you too?
But what will happen to Penacony?
Things will happen. That's what will happen.
Tiernan. How could I ever forget him? I've spent countless sleepless nights asking myself why I didn't go with him back then. We Nameless won't stop. Don't worry, Micah. It's just a matter of getting back to my old profession. Just wait for me to come back. But if, and it's a big if I don't come back in one piece, then you'll become the next watchmaker.
Oh.
Where are you going, man? Oh, you're here. Answer my question. What are you up to? Relax, Gallagher. I just came up with a great idea. Wanna hear it?
Oh, come on. Aren't all your ideas just ways to get yourself killed? I may be blunt here, but you're the last remaining hero in Penacony. If you die too, the secret of the Stellaron...
go to the grave with you.
Yes. I'm afraid there's no way out in Penacony, so I'll have to consider alternatives beyond Asdana. We'll organize a festival using the Watchmaker's legacy as a facade, and send invitations to the entire cosmos to gather people here.
So, desperate struggle against the family?
Desperate?
Huh.
Don't we have you here, my friend? This task is challenging, but what hasn't been challenging for us along the way? Well, whatever you do, remember, make sure to send an invitation to the Astral Express.
Misha! Where are you going?
Oh, it's you, Clocky. Take me to Dreamflux Reef. Last night, I had a long dream about the day we met. I want to write down that dream.
Write it down? Why?
Oh, so I won't forget it. Do you remember how you got your name, Clocky?
Of course! You told me that when you were a kid, you lived in a room full of clocks. Those wall clocks and pocket watches grew up with you and were your best friends.
Yes, but what I didn't mention was there's a funny misunderstanding behind it. I was a kid, and there was always a special pocket watch in my memories. It was with my grandpa, guiding him on his sea voyages and leading the way in his every adventure story. I wanted to have a pocket watch like that too. And that's when you appeared in my dreams.
Yeah. Every night, we boarded the compass and set sail together.
But you know what? It wasn't until the day my grandpa gave it to me that I realized it wasn't a pocket watch at all. It was a compass. So your name should have been Compassy. And the Watchmaker is just a nameless.
Interesting.
We've arrived at Dreamflux Reef. So, where to next?
Interesting.
You know, Clocky, I don't think I'll be going anywhere else.
Sorry I didn't talk much during that. I was just trying to process the information. Even then, there's a good portion of the information that I didn't process correctly. But, like, that is interesting. But that's nice that we've got to get, like, a full recap of his life, basically. Definitely gives me more information as to what's going on. Rest under the moonlight.
I've traveled far enough. It's time for a little break.
Oh. So, we'll set out again. When you're rested?
No, I'll stay here. And then, this is where it ends.
Wait.
This is where it ends? What do you mean, Misha? You told me that the trailblazing expedition would never end.
So, he's dying?
That's what I said. So now, it's up to you to decide your next destination.
Next destination? What's that supposed to be? I've been following you, Misha. You're acting weird today. If you're feeling down, we can just do what we usually do. With the clockwork.
No, I'm not feeling down. As for clockwork? Yeah. It resolves all problems in this dream. So, do you know what clockwork actually is?
I'm not quite sure.
Well, everyone gets lost at times. They may hesitate and doubt which way to go. That happens in this dreamscape and beyond. But don't worry. Everyone goes through moments of uncertainty and hesitation. Eventually, they gather the courage to make bold decisions. Whether it's calming, happy, angry, or sad. All they need is a little nudge to take that step toward where they truly belong. I'm leaving that little nudge with you, and I hope you'll share it with others. Such is the essence of clockwork, the will of the Trailblaze.
Interesting.
Clocky's hands spin around non-stop, indicating confusion, frustration, and weakness. But ultimately, people still need to move forward.
Just like your hands, always pointing ahead. This is where my journey ends. From now on, it is your path to walk.
Trailblazing means taking paths your predecessors forswore, and venturing even further. The Penacony in Mikhail's dreams does not belong to order.
Interesting.
I can't believe that Eon would cast a glance at Penacony at a time like this. Is it because of the resonance from the legacy of the Trailblaze?
That was really cool.
Perhaps the bond between you is so strong that it even impresses an Eon.
Well, there might be another possibility. Perhaps they want to witness, on behalf of the fallen Eons, who will hold the future of Penacony.
If that's the case, on behalf of the Dream Master of Penacony and the 107,336 members of the Oak family, I'm extending a formal invitation to all of you. I'm cordially inviting you all to the Penacony Grand Theater to participate in the upcoming Charmony Festival. And, of course, you won't be in the audience, but on center stage, since the future
Interesting.
of Penacony, and even the entire cosmos is at stake. Let's draw a conclusion there, in all fairness.
But to be completely honest with you guys, I really like that cinematic. That cinematic at the end was really cool. I really like the cinematic. Because it was like, it was cool because you got to see throughout his whole life. And then the passing of the torch basically was really cool too. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, because, yep.
Unknown to each other, yet united in purpose, we make the same choices.
Because I got the magic man with the hat. But that was really cool. Okay. Well, looks like I'm going to have to stop here for now. But thank you all for watching. Before we get going completely, I'm going to do a 10 poll, as well as make sure that okay. I'm going to go ahead and do a 10 poll. And then we'll call it a stream. Wait. That's just purple, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I was like, for some reason it looked like it was possibly yellow. Wow, my brain died. Uh, but that's why I was super confused for a second. I was like, wait a minute, huh? Okay. And I have enough for 3 more. Now I need 3 more to get another 10 pull, which we'll probably wait till next time to do, but I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade again.
The kite flies where it wishes.
Okay. Well, thank you all for watching, you guys. It was a great time hanging out with you. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of you guys' days, and can't wait to see you guys again tomorrow. And hope you all know God loves you very, very much. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching the video in its entirety, and hope you have a great rest of your day. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and comment down below as to what you liked. And don't forget to hit the bell if you want similar content. Hope you know God loves you very, very much, and can't wait to see you guys again next time.